A military veteran from Graham is suing CMPD officers and the city of Charlotte after he says police wrongly charged him with crimes committed by another man. The lawsuit claims officers arrested Kamardrick Sherrod at a Royal Inn in February of 2023, where he allegedly gave police multiple false names, including Kendrick Gonzalez. The real Kendrick Gonzalez says that officers compared DMV records and should have known that he was not the suspect because the records and prior criminal history did not match Sherrod.
Now, despite that, Gonzalez's name was allegedly placed on a resisting a public officer charge connected to the investigation. Sherrod later pleaded guilty to misdemeanor breaking and entering after spending about 15 days in jail, while the charges tied to Gonzalez were eventually dismissed. But Gonzalez claims the false charges damaged his reputation and caused him to lose or be denied employment opportunities.
Joining us now, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, how serious is mistaken identity when it could lead to serious criminal charges like this?
Extremely serious. I have a number of clients that have gone through this, and they're currently going through this now. And so when I first saw the story, I was like, well, hopefully this isn't one of my guys that's talking about this. And it's not a laughing matter. If an employer, potential employer, current employer sees a pending charge, red flags will be raised. I mean, if you work for CMS, the school district, you got 30 days to respond, to do something, or they'll terminate you. You work for the bank, it's pretty much the same thing. They'll give you that 60-day window, and then they'll figure out, okay, we'll have to move on. And if this is actually not you, it's not actually your charge, but you still have to go through the process of trying to figure out how to fight this, remove it, get it dismissed. And then after it's even dismissed, you still got to go through the expungement process. North Carolina has an automatic expungement for cases that are dismissed. In North Carolina, we call them expunctions, but that process is still long. So even if it's taken care of, resolved, it will still show you had a charge at some point, even if it wasn't you. So yes, I can understand and appreciate what he's saying. Listen, this has caused me economic harm that is real. I mean, I listen to folks, they call me multiple times a day saying, has this gotten taken care of yet? And that part of the process is slow and it's not quick.
Okay, slow, not quick, but is the city, CMPD, are they on the line for it?
On the line for it, it really just depends on the facts. I mean, every case will be different. If that individual on the left and the individual on the right were the two connected to that charge, and they arrested the one believing he was the guy on the driver's license, Gonzalez, then yeah, you would think that you knew or should have known. You had a reasonable expectation to do and verify. This person gave you their identification. You can see from the pull up of the other guy's mugshot that this is not even the same person at all. But if you still arrested him, that's a problem. If you still charged him, that's a problem. It really just depends. It's going to be a case-by-case scenario. One scenario I have, an individual, my guy wasn't there. Someone else used his name. Right. Now he has the pending charges connected to it. So wasn't arrested, wasn't detained, but the pending portion is still there. It really just depends on what happens in this situation.
According to part of this complaint, Khalif, some of the officers had information that wasn't matching up, but they moved forward anyway. Yep. So how does a court decide whether this was just an honest mistake or they were actually acting improperly?
It really just, I look at body cam. If I'm following this claim, I'm going to see what they're actually saying, the conversations. Like sometimes I've had DWIs, for instance, and the officer may step away from my client and say, hey, talking to the other officer, I don't think he's there. I don't think I have probable cause. We'll keep going a little bit. Well, so then I'll use that and say, hey, did you believe you had probable cause at any moment in this? Did you doubt it? And if they hadn't looked at the video, I can say, well, do you remember having a conversation saying I didn't even think I had it? Those are the types of things where there was probably a conversation between the officers like, is this the guy? Are we sure we got the right guy? And if someone says, well, let's just take him down there anyway and we can deal with it later, those are the red flags that you're looking for. And those kind of conversations that are happening between officers or between an officer and when he's calling it in, those are the types of things that you want to see if you're trying to prove that, hey, you had doubts in the beginning. I
mean, even if you don't have that on body cam, isn't there enough to say, well, he gave you the wrong name first and he switched up, he gave you like 2 or 3 names. So wouldn't you have to verify that one of the 3 names is actually the guy you're talking to?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to use the best information that's available to them on the field. Once the person gets down there to the, say, Mecklenburg County, to the jail, they'll go through the arrest processing process and they'll have a deeper system to be able to look. And so if that person is arrested with a false name, that false name will still be listed as an alias. But then after you go through and run it and say, hey, this guy this not even the same picture that pops up when they do a background check on those individuals. Yes, it can be a number of concerns, but on the road, in that process, they're not doing an extremely deep dive. If that person they believe has committed a crime, they're going to arrest them and attempt to try to find out who he is when they get him down there to intake.
All right, Khalif, we appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.